Perspective on sugars, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, and sucrose. January 16, 2007. This week we also have the second article from Philip A. Wood, DVM, PhD, A Perspective on Sugars, Fructose, High Fructose Corn Syrup, and Sucrose, which will review and compare features of three sweeteners because, as you may know, sugar gets in our diets from many sources. A Perspective on Sugars, Fructose, High Fructose Corn Syrup, and Sucrose. Philip A. Wood. I want to review and compare features of these three sweeteners because, as you may know, sugar gets in our diets from many sources. Fructose, or fruit sugar, is a natural component of fruits and other foods. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS, on the other hand, is a synthetic product and is a commonly touted villain in our food chain, second only to trans fat. Sucrose is a naturally occurring disaccharide that is 1 part glucose and 1 part fructose. Although fructose and sucrose occur naturally in foods, most processed foods contain added sugars, predominantly HFCS or sucrose. Like glucose, fructose is a 6-carbon sugar commonly found in fruits and their juices. But unlike glucose, fructose alone does not elicit an insulin response, 1,3, is not metabolically regulated and could be considered a stealth sugar. Furthermore, fructose does not require insulin for uptake by cells. It bypasses the first regulated steps in glycolysis, which glucose must traverse, and thus becomes a more ready substrate for fatty acid and triglyceride synthesis, 1,3. Today's processed foods often contain HFCS, which is made from corn syrup. It was first introduced in the 1970s as a 42% fructose, HFCS42 product. Later, HFCS42 was combined with HFCS90, resulting in HFCS55, which contains 55% fructose and is commonly used today. 4. All three types of HFCS are presently found in different foods. 4. But HFCS42 and HFCS55 are the main ones used. HFCS42 is found predominantly in baked goods, canned fruits and condiments, while HFCS55 is in drinks, ice cream and frozen desserts. The name HFCS may be a bit misleading. Although the name says high fructose, and often interpreted as all fructose, HFCS has basically the same fructose content as sucrose. The non-fructose components of HFCS include glucose and polysaccharides. These components are free as part of the syrup rather than bound together as in the disaccharide structure of sucrose crystals. Given the properties of these sugars, what should we consider as we eat and drink? Based on the properties I described in current research. 2. 4. I am not convinced that HFCS is any more hazardous than sucrose. The real hazards are the unrecognized sugars that may be endogenous or added sugars. These sugars can represent significant hidden calories in many foods but are often ignored. Several clear examples can be found by scrutinizing our intake of fruit juices, especially calorie-rich fruit drinks that sound healthy, hey, let's have a smoothie, and are often presented as promoting health. In many cases, the only difference between cola and fruit juices, fruit drinks, or sport drinks is that the cola has fizz. Sugar for sugar, calorie for calorie, they're all too often the same. Granted, fruit juices provide vitamin C, folate, and potassium. But it takes 3 to 4 oranges to make an 8-ounce glass of orange juice. That's 24 grams of sugar, with fructose and glucose approximately equal USDA, from only 8 ounces of 100% orange juice. Still, that's better than lemonade from concentrate, which is only 16% fruit juice, has HFCS and sugar, sucrose, as the first ingredients, and contains 27 grams of sugar per 8-ounce serving. There's not much useful nutrition in that lemonade. Also beware of fruit juices sweetened by other fruit juices, e.g., apple or white grape. It is all still sugar in one form or another. I found 37 grams of sugar per 8-ounce serving in a popular cranberry grape juice that was sweetened with concentrated fruit juice and labeled as 100% juice. In comparison, 8 ounces of a common orange soda contains 34.6 grams of sugar, HFCS or sucrose. The soda comes in a 12-ounce can, a single serving, and thus provides 52 grams of sugar, about half of which is fructose. The 12-ounce can of orange soda contains 190 empty calories, so if you drink just over 2 cans each day for a week, 18.5 cans, you end up getting the calorie content of 1 pound of fat, 3,500 calories. I have demonstrated my points here with drinks, however, one can make the same points with other so advertised healthy foods such as granola bars, breakfast cereals, sugared yogurts and others. Added sugars are in virtually all processed foods. Perhaps a wiser choice than the fruit juice is the fruit itself. A single orange contains approximately a full day's supply of vitamin C, a little fiber, 2.8 grams, and 64 calories from 17 grams of sugar. At this rate, you would have to eat 55 oranges to consume the same calories as 1 pound of fat. Current research indicates that basically HFCS equals sucrose, 2, 4. Both contain fructose and glucose at approximately equal molar amounts, yet they have distinctly different properties than fructose alone. Large amounts of fructose are rarely found in foods without some accompanying glucose. The notion that increased consumption of HFCS, as compared to sucrose, is the smoking gun causing the obesity diabetes epidemic is so far unfounded. 4. We need to pay attention to all sweeteners, HFCS, sucrose, or fruit juices, as these sugars often represent excess, empty calories. Buyer beware. Read the nutrient labels on the cans, boxes, or packets. 5. And avoid excess sugar intake depending on your health needs. One way is, eat the fruit and skip the juice that goes down so easily.